Good night, good morning to everyone. Here I am today with my first impressions of one of the newer anime of fall 2018, and it goes by the name of Kaze ga Tsuyoku Fuiteiru, also known in English as Run with the Wind. Now, I'm going to stick with the English in terms of saying it, but when it comes down to the video's title, I'm going with the Japanese original name. So, this episode, first off, I know instantly when you first look at the poster, you look at this show, you're thinking, so they could have done this show, but they couldn't do like Haikyuu season 4, because the character design of these characters look like a collaboration not only from Haikyuu but also from Welcome to the Ballroom or Ballroom E Yokoso that came out last year, and of course the last season for Haikyuu was in 2016. So I don't know if some of the staff from both series came together and worked on this particular show, and also it's being produced by Production IG, who also housed both of those shows as well during the times that they came out. So I find that very interesting. I'm gonna have to like look up some of the staff workers and see what shows that they worked on in the past. So nonetheless, this is a sports anime, and it's going to be focusing on like marathon running. And what's also making it also unique, aside from the marathon running, is the fact that these are university students. They're not yet quite pros, but they're not high school students. So we always have in sports anime in general, majority of the time it's always, the setting is high school students. We have a very few handful of characters that are much older than that. So this is a different take on it. So that's what even intrigued me even more because of that. So to begin with, our two main characters, first off, because there were so many characters, but the two main characters that this episode really focused on was Kakeru, who is a first-year university student, and also Haiji, who is a fourth-year university student. So there's like a three-year difference between the two. And the episode just started off so bizarre. Not like JoJo bizarre, but it just started off so weird. Because we have where Kakeru, we see him running, and the reason for him running so fast is because he stole from a convenience store. And then we have where Haji was pedaling as fast as he can to catch up to Kakeru and asking him, do you like to run? Next minute, by the blink of an eye, we see him bring him back to his apartment building where he meets 8 other tenants that are already living there, who all attend the same university as these two characters. So we have one guy who enjoys manga. He has a collection. And I think some of us were trying to see if there's any title that we know of. Like, they have a tendency to slip in certain titles from various series, and just so that hopefully the viewer can catch on to one of them, but I couldn't find nothing that I knew of, which is a shame. Then we have one guy that likes trivia questions. Then we have a student that's part of the student exchange program. Then we have a guy that was supposed to be a fourth year, but he repeated, so he's still a third year. We have a law student. We have twins. And then we just have a normal guy. And then we have the landlord by the name of Mr. Tazaki. So once he's brought there, when Kakeru is brought there, he instantly becomes the 10th new tenant. And you don't know why they're so, especially Haji, why he was so excited about bringing in this new tenant. Because I'm like, if they don't bring in a new tenant, do they have to close the building down? Is it in foreclosure? What is the reason? They even have a home welcoming party for Kakeru, and Kakeru is just bewildered by everything that is happening, because everything that happened, from him stealing from the convenience store to him getting a room in this apartment building, just almost seemed like it happened in the span of seconds. Okay, so it's really bizarre, and all of these guys get along with each other and such. And then we come to find out the reason why Kakeru was chosen. So Just so you know, there is some fan service, like hot spring fan service. What really caught my eye was during the hot spring scene was when Haji came out. They focus on his right leg, and he has a long, nasty scar. And the guy he was speaking to told him, "This is your first and last chance." And so it goes back to when he asked Kakeru, "Do you like to run?" It made you realize, hold on, this guy is into running. I mean, if the opening isn't obvious, he's very much into running. And then when you look at the scar, you're thinking, he's probably not allowed to run anymore because of the pain. And this obviously happened in his past prior to what's happening currently right now. So when he saw Kakeru running, it was like instantly, my ticket, my new legs. I need him now. And the whole point of him recruiting Kakeru is simply because he needed a full team of 10 members in order to sign up for the Hakone Ikiden, which I guess, depending on the region that they're in, is one of the races that these universities have to compete in and then hopefully, win. So they have to go through, other matches and qualify through those in order to reach to this final stage. And this is the big goal that they're aiming for. Of course, all of the other tenants didn't know that where they are is they actually signed up for the track field for their university. So it was Kansai University track field. And they didn't know they signed up for it because basically the registration form that they had was also a form to join the team. And when you look at the board sign, as he's shown in the episode, on the side in a very small font, it was saying, "Oh, this is the Kansai University track and field team." So all of them was kind of tricked into this because you're thinking, you're paying such a small amount for housing and for food being cooked for you every day. It must have been a scam, and anyway it was, because they were tricked. And not only that, we found out that the landlord is actually the coach for the team, and that he used to be a big track and field star back in his younger days, actually even going pro for Japan's team. So he knows what he's doing. So he and Haji were probably working together to try to find potential members for this team and actually bring back some type of fame and glory back to the university's name. So that being said, by the end of the episode, we come to find out Haji knows some information about Kakeru, because Kakeru must have been like a star back in his high school. But from the looks of the preview of the second episode, it may look like something may have happened in his past. Something tragic may have happened in his past prior to him attending university, and his name is out there amongst other track and field members. So this episode was very fast, and it took in a lot to digest. I'm kind of glad that by the second half they slowed it down for the viewer to understand what was going on. But hopefully for the next episode and so forth, they take their time to explain things, and for us to get to know the other characters a little bit better. Take time to explore them and to explain these characters and build upon these characters, developing them. So it was a decent first episode. Not too bad, but it could have been a little bit better. But hopefully as time goes on, it does get better from here on out. So if you guys saw the first episode of Run with the Wind, those who have read the novel, do tell me down in the comment section below on how you felt about the first episode. How do you feel they adapted from the novel version into the anime version? If you're an anime only like myself, tell me your thoughts on this first episode. How do you feel about it? And check out the links in the description box. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!